On July 26th, I was asleep and I woke up to the television. It was doing some kind of chanting in Spanish, but it kept saying the same thing. This went on for like 10 minutes. I sat and I watched it. What I should have did, instead of just documenting it, is I should have recorded it. But what I was watching on July 26th was car accidents. They were car accidents hitting trees, car accidents hitting houses, car accidents hitting cars, car accidents hitting... It just kept doing the same kind of thing. And it was the sound, okay? Crash. It was always just crash. And I was looking at it like, at first I didn't know what it was, because I was like, I never seen a show that repeats the same thing over and over and over again with the same ending. The car crash, and then that boom sound, and then the person in the hospital, the car crash into the house, the sound, and the person in the hospital, okay? Mind you, that was July 26th. Now, on August 10th, my son crashed into a tree. He crashed into a tree, okay? I don't believe it was an accident, because what he said is that his brakes wouldn't work. And then about 2 weeks after that, my son is at a stop sign, my other son, and a car like just hits him, passes their stop sign and just hits him. Now, mind you, my other son, he got rammed into at a stop sign. Now, let me tell you something about these NPCs, okay? They get paid off to do certain things, okay? So, something inside of me says that time, those 2 times, somebody messed with my son's car, tampered with it. And then the other time, I believe that they marked it, you know, like at a certain time where you know the person's going to be there. How do you know? I don't know. Maybe you're following them, and it crashed into his car. Okay? I have it documented. I mean, it was repeating the same phase over and over again. I mean, the same phrase. And just car accident after car accident after car accidents. Hitting people, hitting houses, hitting things. This was mirrored to my phone. So, it is a crazy group of people. And I got to say that. The day that it happened, when I saw this on the television, I told them the same day. I told them the same day what I saw, okay? July 26th. I told them the same day what I saw. Now, you're not going to tell me on August 10th that my son hits a tree. They're not magic. They are murderers. And then you're not going to tell me the next, about 2 weeks later, my son gets hit by a car, right? At a stop sign. gives information and all the paperwork and all the things that, you're supposed to do. Come to find out that girl crying, I don't care about your tears, crying, all that stuff. She wasn't crying because of the car accident. She was crying because she knew what she did. It was guilt. Now, to tell you as a chosen one, as a targeted individual, you have to make sure that you have proof. So I made sure that I wrote it down the same day. So that way, no one can argue the fact that I am telling the truth. I do not lie. I do not play. So you have to keep dates. And you have to make sure those dates, because digital memory does not lie. Does not lie. So I woke up from a dream. I was dreaming about these two stupid girls that were just doing stupid things, and stupid things kept happening to them. And I was trying to tell them, stop, just stop. But then there was also two men, but forget the dream, okay? They wouldn't listen. I was trying to tell them, stop. They wouldn't listen. That's not my problem. But what the problem is that I have been harassed so much that someone felt so confident to mirror it to my television, and that was their mistake. So I'm not breaking down. I'm not listening to anyone tell me that I am overreacting or paranoid or anything. I got so much proof, and I'm tired of being quiet. I'm tired of allowing people to think that they're gonna play with me. I don't play. I'm a good person, and I love God, and I love my family. And I'm not saying I'm a good person to convince people, oh, I'm a good person. I'm saying it because I care for people. I care for people. I give people chance after chance after chance after chance. But at some point, they have to realize that chances are all used up. You burnt the bridge. Now, mind you, on July 26th, let's talk about July 27th, after the accident. They having like a party. Everybody giddy and happy. Everybody just, showing off their little happiness and all that stuff, which people should be happy. But in my neighborhood, it is so weird. They are weird. They do weird ass things. And I don't like being a voyeur. I'm not into voyeurism. I'm not into that. I'm not into sitting and watching cameras so I could prove that things are happening. I'm not into that. I'm not interested in that. Those things don't interest me at all. But I'm not going to keep my mouth closed. So what I'm going to show you in the writing is exactly the same timestamp the day that it happened. And I didn't know my kids were going to get into an accident, okay? But I did know that there's something wrong when somebody mirrors accidents to your television while they repeat the same statement over and over and over again. And I got some weird neighbors. They're weird. Like, they yell at the back porch, sit and yell at me. So I want to know what's up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to walk in my backyard. I want to see what's up. Because, everybody at some point gets tired. It's not that we're angry, but it is that at some point, you got to pop off. You got to let them know that you're not going to play with me. I'm not watching you. I'm doing something that I do, but you're yelling at me from the porch. And then when I'm going to walk, then you run inside. So I know you got some wrong stuff going on. But anyway, I ended up taking a walk around the block because I want to see these cars that come and they shine their light and they do all that stuff. And then they act like you're stupid because you don't respond. But I'm only human. Man, I'm human. They think I'm an alien. Oh, they think I'm an alien. I am not here to play Dr. Seuss. I'm here to make a change, awaken people that are sleeping. So what I'm trying to tell you is some of the things that you go through, your whole family might be in on it. That's why they never, ever, ever speak about it. They never talk about it. Some of them are in on it. That's why when you ask, say somebody said, I sold you. And when you ask somebody, what does I sold you mean? And they can't tell you. They won't tell you. They walk away. When you are sitting outside, and if you ever heard somebody cock a gun, it's going to make you feel like if you hear a noise, that there is somebody doing something. But then they call you crazy. You need to see a psychiatrist. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. There might have been a time where it would have driven me crazy, but I see clearly, and I'm not gonna stop speaking. I'm not gonna stop talking the truth, and I don't care if they're in on it or not. And then you got a narcissist as as your other whatever. And all you got to do is every day you got to heal yourself every day. Because the most important thing is your mental health. So you do have to have equilibrium. That's important. That is very important. But being in the middle of a community of people that feel like they own you, that feel like it's okay to mess with you, But they'll never come to your face. That's the thing. They'll never come to your face. And if you come to them, they disappear. They shut up. But then as soon as you come back to your house and you go back outside, then they start again. It is ridiculous. But these are what they do. This is what they do. So I want you to, when you read what I wrote, know that this was written on July 26th. Stamped digitally. And the car accidents that happened after. Try to tell the narcissist, and he's like, oh, that didn't happen. Oh. That's just, don't even try to speak to your narcissist. And apparently, everybody must be afraid of, I have no idea what they're afraid of. See, all of my fear has been used up. They've been doing things for years. For years. So it is an insult when somebody says, oh, I think you're schizophrenic because you're hearing voices. No, I can hear. And I can also record. So I guess that theory is just blown out the window. We're not dumb. We're actually smarter than most people understand, and our IQs are on point. So, let's get to it. Now, mind you, the day it's universal law and the day before, which is the 26th, I made sure that I have a copy. I have a copy for myself, and I have a copy in an unknown email, and I have a copy in another place. Because it is easy. It's very easy. It's very, very easy for someone to feel like they can control you, to fool you, to make you feel afraid and feel fear. Those bastards were trying to sacrifice things that do not have anything to do with them. Those witches, closet witches, haters, dogs. They celebrated the next day, and then even before the next day, they celebrated. Then, like a week before that, they had their little party. They always do it the same way when they're going to do something. They always do it the same way. They do their little party and they do their little loud stuff. And then they do their little this and that. They go in the back, way back in the neighborhood and scream. And it's crazy. And it's weird behavior. And I catch it all. There's more. There is more. I will not allow these people to get away with playing with me. You will not play with me. You will not take from me. You will not sacrifice anything that has nothing to do with you. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. I am aware. And I'm telling every single thing before they think that I'm going to be their little game toy. They're going to find out. They're going to find out. And the people that are covering for them, they're going to find out too. That is it. Oh, wait, sorry. Done.